guys, it's Narc and welcome to my Q&A session. You guys gave me some great questions I had to think really hard about, and there's also one on here that I still am unsure about. So I want to thank you for participating. This 7 and 7 video challenge has been a challenge for sure. So thank you for supporting it and watching the videos. I greatly appreciate it. And this is number 4. So I am on that hill right here, about to go down, looking down. So it's all coming to a head. So anyway, let's get on to these questions. And the first one is from Ricky Dones. Ricky So Dope is what I like to call him. So you guys know Ricky Dones. And he says, if you could collect one line from the 80s, what would it be? That was pretty hard. If it was in action figure form, this is going to sound crazy because I don't really collect them. It would probably be G.I. Joe, just for the simple fact that there's so many figures and vehicles and so much just to collect and complete. That would be a lifetime of fun, I think. And then video game wise, it would have to be NES cartridges. So all of the games from the Nintendo, I would collect those too. The next question is from Ed's Retro Geek Out. You should check out Ed's channel as well as Ricky's channel, both great channels. But Ed says, what movie that doesn't have a toy line you think should have had back in the day? So I've asked myself this question before. I think Bloodsport would be awesome to have some figures in that in action figure form. So Bloodsport for sure. Great question. Thank you for participating. Next question is from Blucker's Videos and Collectibles. He asks, what vintage toy line do you not have that you would like to collect? And that's a hard one too. But I would think the Wheeled Warriors, more than likely. That would be pretty sweet to get into. What else is there? Was that the Computer Warriors or no? Computer Warriors? Wheeled Warriors. Let's go with the Wheeled Warriors. Alright, so next question is from Troy Roach. And Troy asks, what is your most prized possession? So if you watched video 1 in the 7 in 1 series, I showed you the Millennium Falcon. Now that was, I have a complete in box. That was given to me by my wife. So I would say the Millennium Falcon is the most prized possession. And that goes hand in hand with another question from, let's see, Miguel Angel. He says, what toy line will you never, or what toy will you never sell? It would be the Millennium Falcon as well. So guys, great questions. Thank you much. Next question is from Jay's Toy Lab, and he asks, what is your favorite fig in your collection that has, or what is your favorite fig in your collection because of its accessory? And it would have to be, for me, I'll show you because he's right here. So if this gives you any kind of hint, it would be my G1 Soundwave. But I love music, and I love this figure because he just pops in this tape deck. I think this is Laserbeak, I could be wrong. He pops in here like this and goes in and bam, plays your favorite tunes. So it would be a Soundwave. So great question, man. Thank you. All right, next question is from Prolio. He asks, how did you get into collecting? So my action figure collecting, I guess, man, I don't know, 4 years old, and I remember going into the department stores with my mom. Every Friday she would buy me a Star Wars figure. So I remember collecting all the different ones, and that was a great time. But it wasn't really until maybe I was like 8 or 9 years old when the Ninja Turtles came out. And I remember for my birthday, I got like a wad of cash, and I went to Toys R Us, and then I picked up like all 4 of the Turtles, and I think Splinter and Shredder at that time. And I remember I used to pose them just like I posed all these guys back in the day, and they were so freaking hard to pose. If you have any Ninja Turtles or had them when you were a kid, they're so hard to pose. So I would spend a lot of time posing those. So I would say definitely my mom helped push me to get out there, but the TMNT, that was definitely what did it for me. So great question. And then the next question is from Aaron Decker and Nate Simmons, and they have the same question. It says, do you still have any toys from your childhood? So no. I call it the great fiasco, garage sale fiasco of 94. We were moving, we had a big, huge garage sale, and I remember I had one of those huge, it was like a Home Depot moving box, you know, it was probably like maybe 3 foot. It was just filled of action figures and castles and Castle Grayskull and all this other stuff. And I decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and sell these, and then off that, with that money, I'm going to go ahead and buy baseball cards, because that's going to be the next thing, and that's going to be awesome, right? So I sell all my action figures. I think I had $0.25 on them a piece. But I remember this lady came by, and she came with a $20 bill, and she was like, hey, she lowballed me. Can I have them all for $20? And I was like, sure, yeah, go ahead, take them. And then I went to the grocery store and bought maybe 4 packs of baseball cards. So yeah, that's how that went. Still feeling the burn on that one. Let's see, next question is from Androgos Vasquez, and he asks, do you think the new Hasbro Power Ranger line will be better than Bandai? I don't know. I mean, you know, I want to say it's going to depend on what Hasbro offers with this figure. You know, we're all suspecting a Build-A-Figure piece that's going to come with these figures. It just depends on if they go that route and spend the extra money they have allocated for the package on the Build-A-Figure or on the figure alone. So I think it has potential to do that, but I just really don't know. I think that's what it's going to depend on. So that's my answer. I hope that helps. That's what I think. Next question. This is a great question. I love this question. Sandman PR Vlog asks, what's your favorite retro cereal? So back in the day, I remember I used to get the Batman cereal, and it came with a Batman bank. You know, you guys from, you know, the 80s, late 80s, early 90s probably remember that. But the one that I'm very nostalgic about, I guess, is the Nintendo cereal. It was like half Zelda and half Mario. So I used to get that because it was, you know, different kinds of cereal, and then there was like, came with little games and stuff like that. So I always loved getting that. For that fact, I cannot remember if it was good or not. I don't think it was like the best, but you had a variety anyway. So great question. Next question is from the Blacked Out Ewoks, and they ask, if you could go back in time, what vintage action figure would you pick up? Now this question, my buddies and I, Boston Mike, we toss this up all the time. This is a hard question. If you could go back in time and pick something out from the 80s or 90s off the TRU shelf, what would you pick up? Oh man, this is hard. This is one of those, like, you have to think really hard about, and you know what? I don't know. I mean, I would guess. Investment wise, I would probably pick up a USS Flag. But an action figure, I don't know. I still need to think on that one. Unanswered question for another day. And the last question is from Walter Green Jr. Do you have any Storm collectibles? Walter Green Jr. Yes, I do. I have a few. I think I have the Ken Toys R Us exclusive Storm collectibles. I have the Ryu SDCC Comic-Con exclusive, and then I have, what is the other one? I think I have another one too. It's up there. I'll do a collection video on it later on with my SH. I think that's what I'm gonna do that here coming up too. So anyway, guys, that's the video. Thank you for helping me out, asking me some questions. What I want to do though, I want to kind of, I'm going to go back when I have you guys help me out with this question that I could not answer. So answer this down below. If you could go back in time, what vintage action figure, or what action figure, it could be even 10 years ago, 5 years ago, would you pick up? I want you guys to answer that in the comments down below. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. And if you like this video, hit a like. If you haven't subbed, go ahead and sub if you would like to. So guys, thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.